Hey everybody, it is Dak here from the Ed Boys, and welcome back to the Road to 120 Invention. This is episode number 13. It has been a while, everyone. I know I have been gone for a while, but I am back. I'll talk about the trip in a little while. I will briefly say how it went and whatnot in this episode, but first I want to tell you what is going to be in this episode visually. Clearly we are training the Armadale Godsword and the Carol's top here. I'm going to be getting the Armadale Godsword to level 5, and the top I would like to get to level 5, but we're going to be stopping at level 4 for now because we won't be disassembling it right away anyway. We'll be disassembling the Armadale Godsword, which will give some mad XP. We'll get some good levels, and we'll unlock a few things that we definitely have been looking forward to for a while. So we'll be getting to that part of the episode later on. But training these items on a Baron Spectres was not horrible. For one, the Godsword could one-hit a Spectre with a Spec, so sometimes I would run up and just hit a 600, which is really exciting. But it's not amazing, I understand. But it was pretty cool to just one-hit these things. They drop those noted herbs, which can possibly give crafted parts. They're not a huge chance of doing it, but it's there. You can get some crafted parts from it, and I definitely need crafted parts for what we're going to be doing in, I believe, the next episode, if not 2 from now. So the noted herbs were actually extremely important. It was very helpful. Usually the only reason I ever had to take a paint trick was because I ran out of inventory space from things like rune items and some ores that they dropped because of my my looting perk on the Godsword. But either way, it was definitely worthwhile training on these things. I would like to step up next time, maybe fight like, I don't know, something that would have a drop that would be a little bit more exciting rather than something where I'm just waiting for herbs. So maybe not a boss yet, but something higher level, like a dragon of some sort that I could really have something to look forward to rather than hopefully I'm getting to level 5 soon and we can get out of here and get some invention levels. This is probably a good time to talk about my trip quickly. I can just let you guys in on where I was for a week instead of posting videos for you guys. I went to New York to see some family. I went with my parents and we just saw some family on my mother's side that I haven't seen in a very long time. And we saw a couple of baseball games while we were in the city. We saw a Yankees and Angels game, and then we saw a Mets and Pirates game, which were both fun games to watch. Of course, I love baseball, so any game is exciting to go to. We also went to the National Baseball Hall of Fame in Cooperstown, which was pretty sweet. Cooperstown was like one of my favorite places to be. There was so many stores with, honestly, this could sound ridiculous, with hats, guys. The hat game there was ridiculous. You got to see the kind of hats that I got while I was there. I was very, very excited. But anyways, the New York trip, guys, definitely a 10 out of 10. I'm very glad that I went, but I'm also very glad to be back to be posting some videos for you guys. Speaking of posting videos, I do have some new content that'll be coming out tomorrow, I believe, now that I think about it. This weekend, there'll be a handful of videos that come out on a couple of different games that I have not played quite yet. So that is very exciting news, especially on this side of the computer. I don't know about you guys, but I am very pumped about this weekend's releases. Also, if you did not watch my 1 million view video, I really suggest you do that. You don't have to, of course. You really never have to. But that's where I can give you my official thank you for reaching 1 million views, guys. The Ed Boys did it about a month ago. We hit that 1 million view mark, which is very exciting. I still really can't even wrap my head around it. It's pretty amazing to me that we got to that point. So I do want to thank each and every one of you for all the support you've been giving, all the feedback. All of the support has been wild, guys. Like I said, I can't even believe it. It's still doesn't really make sense to me that it happened. But if you want my official big thank you, the actual words that could come out of my mouth when I was able to film it, go check that video out because that is where it is. We are going to be wrapping up fighting these Aberrant Spectres pretty soon. We got the Godsword to level 5, like I said, and the Carol's top to level 4. I'm eventually going to get that Carol's top to level 10 because we will be unlocking level 10 items once we augment this Godsword. Unfortunately, we won't be getting it right before we augment the Godsword, or else I would get it to level 10, but it's not that big of a deal. It was a pretty cheap sword, honestly, and we're going to get some bomb Invention XP for it. So we're headed into the Invention Guild. We can go ahead and check out what's going to be in it. Really, the big thing here, we get some mad XP, 99.9k XP, which is a little ridiculous that we didn't, not ridiculous, but I would have preferred 100, I guess. It's just, it would be nice to round it up for that little bit of OCD, you know. We also unlocked a couple of new things when we leveled up, but I'll be showing you that in a second. 354 inspiration was gained, which I haven't had to use a lot of inspiration yet, but I was just checking out the table, and we have not, we really haven't, like, what do you have to do? We haven't discovered a lot of the stuff, and we have to spend a lot of invention is where I'm trying to get, guys, or a lot of inspiration and we haven't gotten to that point. As you can see, we just got to level 30 Invention, which does mean we unlock a couple of things. The big thing here, we can get a level 10 augmenter now, which is a huge deal because now I can bring my Carol's body to level 10 and get a lot more than 100k XP for disassembling it. But we don't even have to disassemble it because we now have a siphon. You can attach the siphon. I haven't used it yet, obviously, but I believe you can just attach this to a weapon and siphon the XP out rather than disassembling for it, just for a little bit less XP. So I believe you have to get 2 or 3 more levels to get what you would normally get. So let's see if I can explain that a little better. Instead of disassembling at level 10, if I want that much XP, I would have to siphon at level 12 or 13. I don't remember the exact number off the top of my head, but it's really not that big of a deal. A little bit more training so that we don't have to destroy the weapon. I'd be much more willing to put it on, like, you know, my Chaotix or some Drygors, some Torva armor, anything actually big that I don't want to just destroy when I'm done with it. We also got our first Armadile parts, which are rare components. Definitely good news, but it's not something that we need right now. Now that we have moved on from disassembling the weapon, I do need some pieces, some materials I should say. Crafted parts are the big ones. So I am buying some addy ore and some coal. I'll be making adamant bars. The original plan was to turn them into adamant spears and then disassemble those, but I'm not sure if that's where I'm going yet. But what I do know at this second is that I need to make adamant bars. So I'm buying 2,500 adamant bars worth of coal and addy ore. And then we're going to be heading over to the Edgeville Bank, and we're going to do a lot of smithing, guys. Unfortunately, Blast Furnace is dead content in RS3. Otherwise, I could use half this coal and run out there and get this done in half the time. Making these adamant bars is going to wrap up this episode, but I still have a few more minutes to talk to you guys. First of all, you'll notice that I do take some rune ore out, and I run in and make a rune bar right away without even realizing it. So the big problem there, not even that big of a deal, honestly. I'm only going to end up with $24.99 on those addy bars because I used some extra coal. You fool! But whatever. That's 2,499 spears or whatever I end up making. I don't think I'm going to end up doing spears, but we'll see. I still have some time to decide. Either way, we're looking for crafted parts, which I need a lot of them in the future. Probably next episode I'll be using them. But I'm going to keep it kind of a surprise when we use them for. Unfortunately, you guys could probably guess because it's not that big of a secret. Like, these crafted parts aren't used for many things, but I do have a few other things I want to talk about. First of all, as always, MLB right now, the Cubs are still the best team in baseball record-wise, but the hottest team in baseball would be the San Francisco Giants, who they've won the World Series the last 3 even years, and it's an even year. So I don't know why anyone else even bothers. It's gonna happen. We all need to put some money down on it because that's just how it works now. Every other year, the Giants seem to win a World Series, and if you're not a Giants fan, you just got to deal with it, unfortunately. I'm just kidding. I'm kind of a Giants fan. I like all the Giants players. I just don't necessarily go out of my way to root for them. More of an Angels fan. Speaking of Angels and Giants news, Tim Lincecum is pitching for the Angels now, and he's had a good start, and he's had a not-so-good start. So I guess it's still good news. I'm still pretty pumped about it. But we can move on to some other topics. Any other sports fans out there that are, hear me talk about baseball all the time and getting a little sick of it? There were a couple of finals that ended. We had the Sharks losing to the Penguins. Unfortunately, I was going for the Sharks because I am a Sharks fan, as I mentioned in the past. But I will take going to Game 6 of the finals. It was Game 6, right? Was it Game 6? I'm like 100% sure it was Game 6. Game 6 is where they lost, and then Game 7 of the NBA Finals was a phenomenal game. I was going for Golden State, so unfortunately, both finals I was incorrect about, which was kind of a bummer, but at least it was like really good hockey and really good basketball. Honestly, that was one of the greatest series I've ever seen in the NBA, but it's not like I've been watching in the NBA for that long. I'm still pretty young. I haven't had that much time to watch basketball. We can move on to a new topic other than sports now, guys. I have a little bit of time to give you guys a brief spoiler about some projects that I've been working on. In this upcoming fall semester, I will be opening up a new channel that will have some pretty cool content. It won't be gaming stuff. It'll be much, much different. We'll still have the Ed Boys. The Ed Boys still going to be releasing at the same pace it always does. But I am the co-producer of some videos on this new channel that'll be coming out. And I just want you guys to be hopefully looking forward to it because I am really, really looking forward to it. So keep your ears and eyes out. The best way to know when it's coming is to either be watching all my videos for when I mention it or just to be following me on Twitter or I guess Twitter is probably the best place to find out. Following me on Twitter is probably the best place to go. If you really want to do that, you just got to wait another 30 seconds for my outro where it gives my Twitter. But otherwise, guys, I do want to say thank you very much for joining in today. I'm sorry that I was gone for so long, but I am very glad to be back. Glad to be setting out some new content. I'm very excited to see you next time, everybody, because we have a lot of stuff to look forward to. And let me know how you felt about today's video, everybody. The feedback is always nice to know. And don't forget to leave some of your questions for Q&As. Thanks again, everybody, and I can't wait to see you next time. Thank you everyone for watching today's video. If you enjoyed the video, be sure to click on that like button and tell us what you enjoyed about it. If you're looking for some more RuneScape videos like this one, then be sure to join the cul-de-sac by subscribing for more. We will see you next time.